Welcome back to Royal Productions. But if this is your first time and you enjoy the content, you know what to do. Basically, what we do here is cover crypto news, blockchain, and anything to do with the financial structure. And also, we cover other world events that might pertain to the market and might affect the market. So, without any further ado, let's get right into this news I have for you guys today. So let's look at the total crypto market sitting at 2.13, the fear and greed index sitting at 19. That means people are still fearful of these markets. First article I have for you guys today is the SEC delayed tokenization stocks, and here's why. Crypto critic Roubini joins tokenization boom with on-chain Technodollar. It's a new term, y'all, Technodollar. BNY sees FOMO driving asset managers into tokenized funds. Okay, even big institutions are starting to catch that FOMO on these ETFs and things of that nature. We'll cover that in a second. Next is Vitalik Buterin says Ethereum Foundation will cut budget by 40% in major reset. Meta is developing a prediction market app called Arena as sector booms, and I'm excited about this one, so make sure y'all stick around. Also, last on the list for the day is CryptoPack's 5.5 million Congress pick gets Maryland win. More crypto allies advance. All that coming up next. Okay. First article I have for you guys says the SEC delayed tokenization stocks, and here's why. Before we rush to U.S. tokenized equities, we need compliance systems that understand context, not just checkboxes. Investors like Michael sees the danger, so should the rest of us. So basically, they're slowing down things, and they talk about how they worked on this infrastructure for years. After two decades of building systems that involved from reactive to cognitive, first at the VMware when it comes to mobile devices security. So when mobile devices came out, we had the same type of problem of compliance, of systems, of real-time execution, all that when it came to email and how email changed things. Now, when we talk about a system that is ran by blockchain that has to do with our financial system and assets, they really have to get this in check. It's not just about, like they said up here, about the check boxes. You can say, yes, we're going to make sure yields and rewards are almost the same, but at the end of the day, those are just check boxes. You have to actually look at the financial structure and make sure that it is a level playing field. You can't have one part of the system making more profit than the other. They have to be making the same amount, even if it's an old institution versus a new. But basically, we have to be patient, y'all. But through my travels as CEO in digital asset market, I've witnessed tokenization transform global financial hubs. Real estate in Dubai tokenized by a special purpose vehicle in the Cayman Islands, sold on a Singapore platform with liquidity from a global DeFi pool, and brought by investors worldwide. So they're letting you know how it's going to work, but also the regulations that have to be put in place when you're dealing with a company from the Cayman Islands or a vehicle from the Cayman Islands, or even something from Singapore, a Singapore platform. Okay. You guys can read the rest of the article, but it goes down enumerating these different things of why they're slowing these things down. So basically, multi-source regulated intelligence, relationship graph context, and also behavioral pattern intelligence. So there's a lot of things they look at when it comes to this new digital space. You know what I mean? So like if you had a bank account and it kept getting transactions in and things of that nature, then it would flag it because of certain, you know what I mean, transactions and whatnot. But the SEC is delaying the tokenization stocks, but we're going to cover more on it where I don't think this is complete bad news. I just think this is them slowing the system down so the rest of the world and people and companies can catch up. Okay. Crypto critic Roubini joins tokenization boom with on-chain Technodollar. So the economist known as Dr. Doom is supporting a tokenized securities backed by a Nasdaq-listed ETF he oversees, designed to protect wealth in global crisis. So Roubini is famous. If you guys don't know, he is famous for calling the 2008 crash. Of course, anybody could have seen it if they were paying attention, but this guy spoke highly about it but now he is on the side of tokenization because he understands that with tokenized assets, it helps against certain things like the 2008 crash and all the financial crashes we ever went through in history. Because once you have a blockchain technology that has real world things pegged to it, like bonds, securities, real estate, all of these things of the nature, it will make it less fragmented when we go through bad things. Okay. But Roubini co-authored the white paper of the USAFI, a tokenized investment product being developed by Atlas Capital team, according to an announcement on Tuesday. Okay. So basically, we just seen this article with the SEC, and then we just seen this. So what we have to understand is these companies are moving into these ETFs, these assets and tokenized stocks without full regulation being there. So like I said, major firms like BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, and Apollo have launched tokenized investment products, helping drive the market for tokenized assets above 30 billion, excluding stable coins, according to RWA XYZ data. So this is the real world asset page. If you guys want to go look at it, you can go look at it. Well, basically, he is supporting blockchain now because he understands how important it is to the financial structure if a major thing were to happen that messes up the market. Okay, so look into it. Articles will be down below if you guys want more. Excuse me, my voice is all messed up today. BNY sees FOMO driving asset managers into tokenized funds, and we just seen this. Okay, where it talks about these companies trying to come in and create their own tokenized assets and whatnot. But we're gonna go right down here. What is interesting about it is I think a lot of clients feel like there is an opportunity there to raise assets. He said a lot of them really have a FOMO effect where they want to get in early. And then it goes on down here is, even though regulations and rails aren't fully ready yet, they want to get the product up. So a lot of these companies are moving forward without the regulation and without these governments putting in the right rails. And I've said this before on this channel, where when we have technology combined with our financial market, it's going to move fast. And if our regulators aren't moving as fast as this booming technology is, we're going to fall behind. Not just fall behind other countries, but we're going to fall behind when it comes to putting out new products that help with traditional finance and the new finance. And I'm not going to say AI should start writing these laws, but they really should start looking at a way that's faster to get these Democrats and Republicans on the same side of the table. And even if they're not on the same side of the table, they're still sitting at the same table and they agree on things. So I just think we live in some crazy times where this financial structure and market is changing so dramatically that a lot has to be put into it. And a lot of people are like, oh, I want my coin to moon already. That's not how this works. All the coins that moon before this institutional adoption and this tokenization meant nothing. Okay, meant nothing, including Bitcoin, by the way. But before I continue ranting, we're slowing this down. Hopefully we get this Clarity Act and things signed on July 4th and whatnot, but we'll see. Alrighty. Vitalik Buterin says Ethereum Foundation will cut budgets 40% in major reset. We covered this the other day, where it talks about it's letting go a lot of major players, but the foundation will slash its budget roughly 40% this year as part of the shift towards a leaner endowment style operation model. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik said on a Bloomberg published on Tuesday. So the reduction comes at the same day the Ethereum Foundation confirmed a 20% reduction in headcount, and following the resignation of co-executive director Hanso Lee. And we covered that. So if you guys want more, make sure you guys go to my page and check it out. But basically, I think they're I don't know. I don't really like Ethereum. I'm be honest. It's just some of the things they do, the way they came out, just the taxes when it comes to gas fee. That's what I see gas fees as, is taxes. Like the company itself is taxing you. But anyways, I just never understood why we have Ethereum. Like, what does Ethereum do? I get it, has these layers. Ethereum's great for the economy and the system, but I personally don't like Ethereum. But if you guys do, good luck and have fun with what's going on. All right, moving on to some lighter news. Okay, I kind of love this because I love the prediction markets idea, but I also like this. But Meta is developing a prediction market app called Arenas. And basically in Arenas, you get to battle with people, and instead of using cash, you can use a point-based system based off your predictions and stuff like that. The product would allow users to make forecasts about future events, ranging from politics and sports to entertainment and world affairs. However, unlike traditional prediction market platforms such as Polymarket and Kalshi, users will likely rely on video game-like point system instead of cash. The people said, although the company has not ruled out an eventual use of real money betting. So it hasn't ruled out real money betting yet, but I like this system where you gain points for picking the right thing. And to be honest, like when I sit here and really think about this, like my mind, how far can this go? What can we do with this? My mind just goes crazy to the point where we kind of are moving into a dystopian future where it's like you have people who know the path we're headed into, people who can predict that crypto is going to be major in the future. It's I don't know, it's a slippery slope, because say people are predicting something to happen and it doesn't happen, but when we talk about predictive programming and the whole idea of AI running simulation based off people's cognitive thinking, it can get dangerous, y'all. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but we have to understand that I love this, but at the same time, we have to be responsible. Great power comes great responsibility, right? Okay, moving on. So this is huge for crypto and blockchain and everything. Okay, basically CryptoPact 5.5 million Congress pick gets Maryland win, more crypto allies advance. So basically this is on the Democratic side. The Fair Shake Super PAC supported Adrian Boafa, I don't know how to say his name, in Maryland, plus other candidates in Maryland, New York, and Utah, as each ran the primary election. So I believe he won in Maryland and another person won that they supported in where was it? Right down here. Okay, we went big and we went early, said Goof, the Geoff, I don't know how to say his name, sorry. The Fair Shake spokesman in a Tuesday statement, we did our part to move Adrian Buffa from 5th place to the halls of Congress. Okay, and he's in major support of cryptocurrency, so this is good for the Democratic side, someone who can come in and understand cryptocurrency. But let me see okay, right here. Provide responsible regulatory clarity for innovators building the next generation of financial tools. Though it also includes consumer protection language often associated with crypto resistant Democrats, still he has a record of pro-crypto legislation efforts in his state, and favorable completed advocacy groups stand with crypto political questionnaire to earn the group's A rating. So he's a great candidate for them. He likes them, and I think they're going to continue rolling with him. Hopefully he does get consumer protections through, and he's able to help level the playing field, not just for the institutions, but for us as well, right? All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. You know what to do if you do. My name is Louis. I'm out of here. Peace.